So hello guys. I know that it was really just interesting for me going through this fertility journey and just learning some of the lessons about what I had been through in the past and the path that I was actually following in the future. So one of those actually included my research on the differences between IUI and what I decided to pursue, which is minimum stimulation IVF. And so sometimes when it comes to individuals that have low ovarian reserve, poor responders, diminished ovarian reserve, and where MH is really, really low, what happens is you cannot respond to the medications that doctors give you. And so I was kind of faced in that dilemma because when you don't respond very well, the doctors oftenly what they do is they revert your cycle to an IUI to kind of like save the cycle. But for me, and I did that once when I did my conventional cycle. My hand is getting tight here, so I think I'm just gonna switch it a little bit that way. But and so it was interesting for me because when I did my conventional cycle and I was a poor responder and I only got one dominant follicle after spending $6,000 on the medication, the doctor talked about reverting it to IUI and saying that let's give it a chance that way. So I am so glad that I did my research for minimal stimulation IVF because the biggest difference between IUI and mini IVF is that with IUI, I remember when it was reverted, I always asked myself questions. I felt like I was still going in this cycle because honestly, when your IVF gets canceled, the IUI is really the way to go. Or to try another IVF cycle, but they sometimes say, you should probably just go to donor eggs because obviously you're not responding, and that might be a sign, especially if you're older, of poor egg quality. And so usually the conversation tends to go that way towards the donor egg path as a next step. And so the biggest difference between the IUI and the mini IVF that was really helpful for me, I'm going to switch hands right here because I'm holding it in my hand, is that with the IUI, I didn't know whether my egg fertilized. I didn't know what was happening in there. It was just, the good thing is it was on the day that I was ovulating anyway, and they were able to put the husband's sperm in there at the time. So IUI is beneficial that way. But with mini IVF, as they were actually able to retrieve the one egg. And I was able to actually get an embryology report that provided me so much information, guys, so much information. It enabled me to know what type of an embryo it was, whether it was mature or not mature. It let me know day by day what the stages of that embryo are, whether it fertilized or not, and what stage that it was able to make. And so even if it was one egg, the fact that with mini IVF, they can actually take it out and be able to work with it, to me meant volumes. And so if you're out there and you're kind of at that cusp where your doctor is reverting you to IUIs and it's not working and you're doing cycle after cycle, in my personal opinion, I think it would be better for you to consider mini IVF or natural cycle IVF, where even if there's one egg, it is retrieved and you're able then to feel like you're upgrading in your treatment and that every egg matters. And so you can kind of proceed with it that way. So hopefully that was helpful. I'm happy to kind of share with you my experience as well. Just let me know in the comments if you find this useful. Again, this is why I'm actually documenting this videos, to be able to help women out there who are like me, who are on this fertility journey and trying to make sense of it. Thank you for watching, everybody. Bye.